I am for wins. Welcome to my channel, Enlightenment in the Darkness. Before we begin, I want to share something personal. I've had 6 surgeries on my back. Living inside a body that has been opened, repaired, fused, and relearned has changed the way I listen. And now, I'm also navigating life with a brain tumor. That reality has slowed me down in ways nothing else ever did. It has asked me to pay attention, not just to pain, but to signals, to patterns, to the quiet intelligence of the body itself. Through all of this, I began to wonder what the spine carries. Beyond structure, beyond mechanics, what information is stored there? What memories of survival, adaptation, and endurance does the body hold? Not just from this lifetime, but from all the lives and lessons that came before. Those questions stayed with me. They inspired this video. This video is not about answers or conclusions. It's about listening, honoring the body for everything it has carried to keep us here. Disclaimer: this video is not medical advice. It is not a diagnosis, treatment, or substitute for professional care. The imagery and language shared here are symbolic, somatic, and reflective in nature. Also inspired by my own experiences and the lessons they continue to teach me. This is my invitation to you, bringing in awareness, presence, and listening within your own body. If you are experiencing pain, distress, or medical concerns, please seek guidance from a qualified healthcare professional. Move gently, listen to your body, only take what resonates, and leave the rest. Let us begin. In every era of human history, there have been whispers, soft echoes carried from the unseen, suggesting that something far deeper lives within us all. A dormant power, a waiting intelligence, a sacred current moving quietly beneath the surface, patient, aware, asking only to be remembered. Today, in an age flooded with information, yet starving for meaning, more and more souls feel the unmistakable pull of what many have come to call awakening. But what if awakening is not only a shift in belief or thought? What if it is not just spiritual, but physical, embodied, tangible? What if our spine, the central column of our being, is not merely structure, but memory and pathway combined? A living bridge between who we have been and who we are quietly becoming. The Akashic Records are the cosmic library. The spine is your personal volume, bound in bone and nerve. The spine doesn't store everything that has ever happened. It stores what is relevant to being you. Ancestral patterns, survival strategies, emotional reflexes, instinctual wisdom, lessons repeated until integrated, not as words, not as images, but as tension, posture, sensation, readiness, response. The spine as sacred architecture. For centuries, the spine has never been seen as only bone. Across cultures, it appears as a ladder, a pillar, a staff, a tree, a vertical pathway linking earth and sky. It is our access, our inner tree of life. Survival recess from its base. Expression unfolds through its center. Awareness blooms at its crown. The ancients understood something modern culture forgot. That posture is prayer, and alignment is remembrance. The spine does more than hold us upright. It holds us together. Each vertebra is a chapter. Each disc is a soft threshold, designed to absorb pressure, to cushion weight, to endure repetition. And just like the body, lineages endure repetition too. Ways of bracing, ways of standing, ways of tightening when danger approaches. Our ancestors did not only pass down stories through words, they passed them through structure. The spine remembers what the mind was never told. Instinct, resilience, silenced fear, endurance learned without language. Awakening through the spine. Many traditions speak of an energy resting quietly at the base of the spine. Coiled, waiting, intelligent. When it stirs, it begins to rise. Not as fantasy, but as sensation, heat, vibration, pressure, emotion surfacing without a clear memory. Also known as the rise of the Kundalini. This rising current travels the length of the spine, activating centers of survival, creativity, will, love, voice, insight, and connection. And here's the truth: few speak aloud. Awakening is not always gentle. It can be disorienting, physically intense, emotionally purifying. Because the spine does not awaken the spirit alone. It awakens everything that was stored along the way. Kundalini, the intelligence that waits. Kundalini is often described as a coiled energy resting at the base of the spine. But that description is symbolic. Kundalini is not something you add to yourself. It is something that wakes up. It is the body's latent intelligence. The same intelligence that knows how to heal a wound, how to breathe without instruction, how to survive generations of change. Ancient traditions used the image of a serpent because the serpent sheds, spirals, and moves close to the earth. Kundalini does the same. It rises and spirals, not straight lines. It awakens in cycles, not all at once. Kundalini is not a guarantee of bliss, a shortcut to enlightenment, a badge of spiritual superiority. Kundalini is a reorganization of awareness, a deepening of nervous system sensitivity, a return of communication between body, mind, and consciousness. When Kundalini stirs, people don't just see light. They feel truth sometimes before they are ready to name it. I remember my rise of the Kundalini. It was violent. I had a spirit attachment after teaching myself automatic writing. 30 years ago, I didn't know about spiritual protection, and I paid the price. I was violently awoken by convulsions. A wave of heat rose slowly up my spine, then turned and poured back down again. Cold as ice water, deliberate and unmistakable. Science listening to the ancients. Modern neuroscience is beginning to notice what mystics always sensed. The spinal cord is wrapped in living fluid, pulsing with rhythm and motion. Breath alters that rhythm. Posture changes signal flow. Sound, humming, vibration. My frequency healing videos all calm the nervous system and invite coherence. The spine is not passive. It responds. It listens. It conducts. What ancient traditions described as energy, science now sees as communication. Bioelectric signals, rhythmic pulses, coherence between brain, heart, and body. Different language, same river. posture, breath, and the modern disconnect. We live bent forward, curved inward, collapsed around glowing screens, and yet we wonder why we feel disconnected. Alignment is not about perfection, it is about permission. When the spine is upright and relaxed, energy flows, emotions move, thoughts soften, the body becomes a clear channel again. Breath moves up and down the spine, massaging nerves, soothing the system, inviting safety back into the body. This is not escape, this is embodiment. So my thoughts are this: what if you had discs removed, or had fusions to the spine? How fusions and disc removal affect the information symbolically, from a mystical somatic perspective. Discs are often spoken of as soft places. They are buffers for pressure, repetition, and unresolved experience collected. When discs are removed or fused, it doesn't erase what was held there. Instead, it changes how the story is carried. Think of it like this: the river didn't disappear, it learned a new way to flow. What fusion can represent energetically? Fusion is forced stillness in a place that once flexed. Symbolically, this often corresponds with a chapter that could no longer bear movement, a place where endurance had reached its limit, a moment where survival required structure over flexibility. But here's the quiet power in that. Fusion is not blockage, it is containment. It can act like a seal in a completed lesson. The body saying, this part no longer needs to carry motion or memory. With fusion's report, strong emotional releases after surgery. A sense of identity shift. Feeling different, but not diminished. That's not coincidence. The spine is a bridge between worlds. If the human being is multidimensional, then the spine is the central highway. It links matter and meaning, memory and possibility, earth and sky. When aligned and coherent, the spine becomes a conductor, not of electricity alone, but of awareness. The illusion of separation begins to thin. The body remembers it was never separate from the cosmos, only temporarily distracted. My spine is older than my name. It learned to stand before I came to claim. A voice, a word, a breath to speak. It bore the weight when hope was weak. It carries footsteps not my own. Through winters braved in silence sown. Through courage passed from bone to bone. In quiet strength the blood is known. Today I rise, not hard, not fast. I straighten gently through the past, not to forget what came before, but grant their rest and carry no more. I do not break the living line, nor turn from those who shaped my spine. I end the ache, the waiting, the sentence, and step ahead with full remembrance. To awaken is not to become something new. It is to remember what has always been here, waiting quietly beneath the noise. It is to remember what has always lived within us. It is to remember what has always been present, carried patiently through time and experience. It is to remember what has always been. As we come to the close of this video, thank you for being here, for listening with openness and respect. Sharing this was personal for me. It comes not just from curiosity, but from lived experience, from what my own body has carried, endured, and taught me over time. I share it not to offer answers, but to open a space for reflection and for listening within ourselves and within our own bodies. If any part of this resonated with you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, so you don't miss future stories, reflections, and journeys we'll explore together. Thank you for witnessing this journey. Thank you for holding it with care. And thank you for watching. This is for wins, many blessings.